Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Sabans. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We'll cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a great show for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So yesterday we got to witness a LeBron James apologist get absolutely destroyed on ESPN First Take. So the person I'm referring to is David Dennis Jr., who I've seen before, who's a LeBron guy, who's a LeBron apologist that never misses a moment to twerk it up. So the big conversation was they were reacting to what Kevin Durant had to say, where he tried to single out the white players, the white European players. I don't know why he just stuck with them. He could have went to Pascal Siakam, Giannis, and all the. I don't know why he focused on those two. And he even got it wrong because the person that laid down on the court was Stephen Curry. But I digress. Anyway, he tried to turn it into some kind of racial thing, and I don't know why. I thought that was mad corny, right? But then this guy jumps up on there, and he tries to double down on the fact that it's a racial thing. And really what was going on was he's a LeBron guy. So he's going to do everything in his power to defend this era. Why? Because a lot of this GOAT argument and the things that they try to push in favor of LeBron being the GOAT is happening in this era. So what they're trying to do is make it seem like everything that's happening now is legitimate. Then he tries to draw false comparisons. Well, it's just as bad now as it's always been, when that's total crap. Look at the ratings now. Look at the ratings then. Look what people are saying now versus what people are saying then. Stop trying to gaslight people. And I think that this guy made an absolute ass of himself trying to make this argument on ESPN First Take. And Stephen A. Smith and Vincent Goodwill put foots in his ass as he tried to do it, and they stopped him dead in his tracks because almost every single point he was trying to make, I thought, was absolutely insane. So what we want to do is we want to play what this guy had to say here, and I'm going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to this argument this guy tried to make. Take a listen to this here.
Look, I just think that we have a little bit of a rose-colored glass and a little bit of nostalgia when we talk about all-star games. We have always had very lax all-star games. We've had all-star games 30, 40, 50-point blowouts in all-star games. You can't tell me that every single year that there has been some sort of playoff level or high intensity. The games play out themselves. They play out if they're close in the fourth quarter. No matter who is on the court, they will get competitive in that last quarter.
David, we'll end the conversation like this. We're in the conversation like this. Are you sitting here on national television and denying? I'm saying what you said is absolutely right. Okay, fine. It wasn't that level of, again, we keep saying we're not expecting that. We've never seen that. But are you telling me over the last several years that you haven't seen a flagrant decline in effort on the border of just total disrespect and dismissiveness towards the league and the sponsors by players? You haven't seen that in terms of their effort on the basketball court. That is being made up. Is that what you're saying here this morning on national
I would
television?
say some of the problems with the All-Star game last year is all the change to try to manufacture this hard plan when you're not going to get that every year.
I agree.
You're going to get that.
I agree, but that's not what I asked you.
No, you're going to get that level of competition. I'm answering.
So you're not going to answer that.
I'm answering. You're going to get that level of competition when you have a close game in the fourth quarter, and that is by happenstance. 2001 happened to be close. 03 happened to be close. 2014 happened to be close. Those games in the 90s, 30, 40, 50-point games, you cannot tell me that you were watching competitive basketball in the 90s when they were playing. So, you were watching the same level of player, the same level of talent.
He's not answering the question. You're not answering the question, David.
Bro, you're not going to last. I'm telling you right now, you're not going to last on this segment long if you don't answer questions. You got to answer the question. I asked you. I don't care what you see since the 80s, the 90s, 2000 and beyond. Are you telling us on national television
I'm watching the same game that I watched in the 90s?
5 to 10 years, hold on, you haven't seen over the last 5 to 10 years a flagrant decline in effort? Yes or no?
No, I'm not. I'm telling you. I am watching the same game. I am not. I'm watching the same. When they had the first game, when they changed the rules, the 24-point, that was they double teamed Steph in the corner to try to win the game. LeBron hit a fadeaway to try to win it. They are playing competitive, the same level competitive basketball.
That's not true. That's not true.
The bar's before, and they can't meet that. The bar's the floor. Nobody's asking them to play regular season, even preseason basketball. They're saying go out there and provide a little resistance. The reason that we have all-star highlights from those years is because great offenses only made great offense in all-star games because there's a little bit of resistance there. They're just moving out the way. David, you cannot be, either you are not watching all-star games or you're being disingenuous, and I don't think you're being disingenuous. I think you are reacting to what you think is an overarching heavy criticism of the game and not necessarily watching the game the way that you should.
And two things could be true.
The quality of the game has gone down since Kobe Bryant left basketball. Usually there's one psycho, one maniac in the locker room that shames everybody into playing a little bit harder. But when I see Stephen Curry go in the middle of the floor, just lay down because somebody's going for a dunk, you've never seen that in an all-star game, no matter what type of blowouts that you may think about. You're talking about 1 or 2 blowouts. By and large, these games are somewhat competitive. That's not true, David. You're my guy, but don't do that.
All right, you could be right. And you could be right about what you're saying. Now, all of that stuff that you said could be absolutely true. But what we're saying is true about the flagrant decline in effort. It's blatant, bro. It's blatant, and there's no way around it. And it's proof in the pudding because the NBA keeps trying to come up with solutions to the damn problem. Clearly, it's a problem.
Excellent. So you heard what he had to say. Just total lunacy. Total lunacy. This guy should be in the next comic book with Batman in Arkham Asylum, bro. That's how loony that's how much of a loony bin this guy is. He's literally first tried to say, oh, well, you know, it's a racial thing, man. They're trying to make it. Knock it off, bro. Nobody's saying that. And the only reason you're defending this era is because you're a LeBron guy, period, end of story. You guys sit up there and twerk it up every single day, slap each other with honey sticks, pour honey all over each other's backs at every little thing that LeBron does because it's happening in this era. So you guys are trying to overemphasize what, oh, it's great. And no, it's not, bro. Knock it off. The fact of the matter is these all-star games are ass. I was even unaware that the All-Star weekend was this weekend. That's how much of an afterthought it's become to an NBA fan here who has supported this league for over 2 decades. That's how much of an afterthought it's become. Even your own LeBron that you're talking about doesn't give a damn about the All-Star game, as he has said himself. Something none of his predecessors would have said. You overlook all of that. Instead, you go up on the set dripping with honey and you start twerking it up to the point where you're stuck to your chair because you got so much honey on your ass. And then you try to make this bogus argument about, oh, well, you know, man, it's a racial thing. And if you look at the games, it was just, no, it wasn't. Who are you kidding? Y'all be trying to beat people over the head with your bullshit. We all watch the games, man. You're not talking to your little sons over here, bro. We all watch the games. You're not talking to 5-year-olds. The same game you watch, we watched it too. So you're not going to gaslight us and say, oh, well, no, the game is better. No. Knock it off. That was an embarrassing segment. Embarrassing. And if you heard to the end, Stephen A. Smith said, if you keep this up, you won't last long. I don't even know why he brought him on it, but I think what this guy was trying to do was make a name for himself by making ridiculous points. There are people like this. They can't really do it, make a name for themselves in whatever it is that they're doing without either rage baiting, click baiting, or saying stupid stuff like this guy here. You just couldn't go up there and give a straightforward answer. You got to come up with this nonsense. All in an attempt to defend LeBron James. At the crux of it all, that's what this guy was doing. This is my take on it. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comments, and we catch you on the next show. I'm out. Peace.